Hey nerds, how's it going? I'm going to talk about Bojack Horseman Season 3, Episodes 1 and 2. Kind of late to the party on this, but I'm going to try to do regular reviews for this show. I think the continuous storyline that Bojack Horseman has and this kind of multi-step view on how his ideology and what he's always been saying is actually come to fruition in the real world, but he's still not happy. Starting with, becoming bigger than he was before and leaving the kind of legacy, or the staying legacy of a horsing around behind. Of course, then playing the role he always wanted to play, and now with his film out, trying to get an award for it to validate himself as a serious actor. Going to New York actually, going to New York actually made me think of Birdman, because that's another story about an actor looking for redemption through following a dream in the arts. But Bojack is actually more dysfunctional than the character in Birdman, even without the powers. And he even divulges his almost statutory rape to a reporter that he was going to have sex with, but couldn't even have sex with because, he felt too guilty. And the upstairs this publicist, the person who accompanies him in New York, is such a tight ass character, and I wonder how she resolved the issue. I hope we find out how. But I feel like if Bojack is gonna feel guilty about this continuously, then he's probably gonna let it slip to at least Diane or someone else, and that will lead to going public, perhaps. The backlash that would be really terrible. But I really feel like Bojack is getting the short end of the stick. Even though every season's ending kind of hopeful, it's also not hopeful at all. I think the relationship between Diane and Mr. Peanut Butter is awkwardly functioning, and I think it's not necessarily a hallmark for what relationships should be, but checking in, super checking in like they do in the first episode of this season, I think was really cute and really oh my gosh, communication. Because when you're two different people and you're two radically different people, sometimes you need to definitely know how the other person's feeling. And I know they play it for laughs, but a lot of stuff in BoJack Horseman is play for laughs when it's some shit you should really consider. I guess kind of going into the second episode, which the reason I'm kind of coupling these episodes together is because I watched them at once and I kind of stopped right at the second episode, and I felt when a show comes out and then the season premiere, and then you have to wait for another episode, maybe because they hit you with 2 episodes at one time, they skip a week, right? So I haven't seen the 3rd episode at all. I've actually somehow not binged the whole season like I usually do, because I want to, I think probably every 2 episodes, I'll do a review. Regardless, the flashback as a way to drum up tension for what's gonna happen next, in present day, I think was brilliant. It's what dramas and anime do. I love it. And them going to the 90s, I think this is their 3rd major flashback, where they even have a little section where there's a car rolling down the street with a character, and it's this is the time period we're in. We're saying things that are relevant in this time. I think it was 2007 this time, and in the 90s. So they did 2007, the 90s, and the 80s, I think. So one every season. And I think it's interesting to see where all these character threads were already predisposed to run their course in certain ways We see Diane's relationship with the guy who has a job at BuzzFeed, and how kind of an ass he was. Kind of reminded me of the HBO show Girls, working in a coffee shop, trying to get big, and like looking down on like just normal people. That was pretty interesting. I think that one of my most fun moments for me was finding out how Todd fucking ended up on Bojack's couch. I can understand why he would never ever want to go back to his previous life, even though he had a love, which I'm really sad for. But I'm really, really hoping that he'll run into her again, or maybe they're actually a character that we've seen already before, because she kind of looks familiar, at least in the background. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out for Todd this season. Todd's storylines are pretty interesting, and I like how Bojack is treating him subtly better this season. Like in the first episode, he holds himself back. He's like, okay, I'm gonna appreciate you, even though you hid my luggage, and I didn't ask for you to come. And he's trying to be a good person, like one step at a time. But he's still a horrible person, right? And I think maybe eventually Todd won't be played as much for laughs. I mean, I guess he can always be, because of his mentality, his very zen mentality that's almost to the point of stupidity. It'd be interesting to see some redemption arc for him, majorly, and maybe him move away from Bojack's house. Although that might be like in the last episode or some shit. That'd be weird, wouldn't it? One of the things that made me very sad in the second episode was basically Bojack and his agent, Princess Carolyn's old relationship. And we've already known that Princess Carolyn has been knee deep in saving Bojack's career and just like keeping it afloat, but at the same time using it as leverage somehow, because he is a high class star in terms of like how long he's been on the scene, and like people paparazzi him, like now they want him for roles technically, to do things. Like in the past seasons, we've seen Princess Carolyn start from damn near the bottom, just a regular agent, to like have her own agency, even though she's still getting shit from people who don't recognize her as a strong, independent kitty. But to see that even when she was an assistant, that she was basically Bojack's manager anyway, was like really fulfilling. But it was also really, really irritating that this revealed that Bojack has been an ass for way, way longer than we known for a fact before to her, in terms of her keeping him afloat and not appreciating her, even though they also have a physical relationship and an emotional relationship, and they flip-flop. They're my OTP of this show, by the way. However, I think that something needs to click in Bojack. I think that it's gonna take a while. It's probably gonna take some more seasons, but I don't know what else is gonna happen. But I feel like Princess Carolyn just has like this huge amount of patience, and I hope it's not stupidity. I just really, my headcanon is love, and like she just wants him to succeed, because she really does want him to succeed in general. She said it before, even when he was blacked out on his fucking lawn, her lawn, like goddamn, right? I want to round back to just mentioning that tension of not knowing what's happening in present day, because we have in the whole episode flashback. So I'm really, really, really excited to see the third episode and where it's going. And hopefully we can see... Actually, I won't say hopefully we can see anything, because this isn't like Game of Thrones. I'm definitely amped for anything that can happen. I don't think this show is going downhill anytime soon. Hope you guys like this review. I guess I give these episodes a solid A together. Watch them as a couplet for sure, especially even if you're dry showing this to someone, like they've never seen an episode of Bojack before. You show them these two episodes, you might be able to convert them. You might. that's pretty much it, nerds. I won't run this too long. You guys have a great day.